All right, you guys, lesson 42, solving multivariable equations. Solve for y. So go ahead and write this down. 6y minus x plus z equals 4. You guys will be doing this a lot in Algebra 1 as well as in Algebra 2. So it's just solving for whatever variable they tell you. So be sure you read carefully on which variable they're telling you to solve for. So I want to get the y by itself, which means I need to move everything that's on the same side of the equation as y to the other side. So I want to get rid of this negative x by doing plus x to both sides. And I want to get rid of this positive z by doing minus z to both sides. So these cancel, and I'm left with 6y over here. None of these combine, you guys, all right? None of these are like terms, so we just write 4 plus x minus z. And then I just need to get the y by itself, and so I need to divide by 6. We are actually going to divide every single thing by 6. So you can either write it all over 6, or you can divide each piece like this. You could do 4 over 6 plus x over 6 minus z over 6. If you leave it like this, that's fine. If you do this, where you divide each piece, you would want to reduce that right there to 2/3, and then you would be good to go. All right, we got the y by itself. All right, another solve for y. So go ahead and write this down. 4x minus 2y plus 2 equals y minus 4. All right, we want to get the y by itself. Notice there are y's here and there are y's here. So we either need to move them all over here or all over here. So I'm going to move them to the right-hand side, okay? Because there's less stuff over here. So I'm going to add 2y, because that's a negative 2y. I want to cancel it here to the right-hand side. So I'm left with 4x and plus 2 on this side. Okay, this is a 1y minus a 2y, so that's a 3y minus 4. All right, so I gathered all my y's onto one side, and now I need to get the y's by itself. We first have to get rid of this, okay? You cannot divide by 3 until you get rid of this 4. So I need to add 4, because that's a negative 4, to cancel it, and I need to add 4 here. Notice I'm lining it up with its like term, that positive 2. So I have 3y here, and I have 4x plus 6 over here. 2 plus 4 is 6. All right, and then I'm going to divide by 3. All right, so these will cancel out. And I'm going to go ahead and divide the 3 into each piece. So I get 4/3 x, and then the 3 also divides into the 6. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now, if you put the y on the other side of the equation, you will get the same answer. All right, solve for p. So go ahead and write this down. 4p plus 2a minus 5 equals 6a plus p. All right, so pay attention to what you're solving for. This time, I'm going to move all my p's over to the left-hand side. All right, either way works, but that's how I'm going to do it this time. So I'm going to subtract this p, and I'm going to line it up over here. I'm going to subtract that p so that those cancel out. This is a 4p minus a 1p, so that's 3p plus 2a minus 5 equals 6a. So I want to get the p alone, so I got to get rid of this stuff first, all right? All of the stuff that's being added and subtracted. So this is a plus 2a, so I need to do a minus 2a, and then line it up with your a's over here. Okay, that'll cancel. And then I have a negative 5, so I need to do a positive 5 to cancel it. So we're left with 3p. Right here, 6a minus 2a is 4a, and then we still have that plus 5. All right, and then we're going to divide by 3, and I guess I'll just divide each piece since that's how I've been doing it. All right, so p equals 4/3 a. I like to pull the fraction out in front of the variable like that, plus 5/3. All right, you guys can just watch this one. Don't write it down. Okay, just watch as I do this one quickly. So I want to get all my p's on one side. So I'm going to add 2p over here. Cancel out 8p plus 2p is 10p. I'm going to rewrite what I've got left. All right, I need to get rid of this 3w, so I'm going to subtract 3w. So I have a 10p left over on the left-hand side. This is a 1w minus a 3w. That's a negative 2w. Okay, minus 15. And then I'm going to divide everything by 10. All right, which means I'm going to need to reduce. Okay, these cancel out. Negative 2/10 is negative 1/5. All right, so reduce that. Same with this 15 over 10. 5 goes into that 3 times. 5 goes into that 2 times. And we have our final answer for P. All right, you guys, I want you to try the whiteboards. This time you are solving for X. All right, and then I will show you the answer. So pause it. Go ahead and solve for X. All right, hopefully you guys have tried it and you have simplified for X. The first thing you guys need to do, these are on the same side. So they need to add together. And same with the Y's. I have a 5y and a negative 2y. So that makes 3y. All right, and then I have a positive 1x and a positive 3x. So that's a plus 4x and then a minus 4. All of that equals 0. All right, so then I need to move these two pieces over. Just kidding, I'm solving for x, so I need to move this piece over, minus 3y plus 4, minus 3y plus 4. Running out of room, so I'm going to work over here. I've got 4x left, and then I have negative 3y plus 4, and then I want you to divide each piece by 4. So we get negative 3/4 y plus 1. All right. All right, now let's solve for y. So go ahead and pause it, and then you guys try it on your own, and then we'll check our answers. All right, so remember to check what you're solving for. I want the y by itself, so I need to get rid of all this other stuff that's on the same side as y. So I need to subtract 6x and subtract 6x, and I need to add 4 and add 4. These will cancel, so we're left with 4y here. For this part, you guys, these two are like terms. So I have a negative 6x, and then I have 2 plus 4 is positive 6. All right. Then I need to divide every single piece by 4, and I do want you to do that, all right, every piece, because then we can reduce. All right, so this is negative 6/4. You pull that fraction out in front and reduce it to negative 3/2 x. Then this one reduces to positive 3/2.